Hi, first of all, thank you so much for joining with us. I'm Sakshi from Indulge, the New Indian Express, Hyderabad.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sakshi.
yeah,
Thanks for
let's
the
start.
introduction.
Yeah, how was the experience working for Bobby and Rishi Ki love story? I would like to know this from the both of you.
I had the best time. I did, and I didn't. I went in not knowing what to expect. I'd never been on a film set before, but I had the best time, and I got really lucky with my first director and co-actor, and it was through the process of filming, honestly, that I fell in love with acting. So it's an experience I'm never gonna forget.
Yeah, this is my first encounter with a rom-com. So it was a very uh, exciting process because I've usually worked on like heavier films and more intense films where I was constantly, uh, you know, stressed out on set and was in fight or flight mode because my character was. But this time I was just happy through and through. I had the most wonderful set of cast and crew members on this film. I had Kaveri, who's a phenomenal co-actor to have, the most supportive and the most empathetic person, and Kunal sir, who was just a master at what he does. As I mean, he is a master at what he does and understands this genre so well. So he guided us through and it just made the process so enjoyable for us. We forgot we were shooting for a film. We just thought we were living our life and someone's shooting us. So it was
Like
like the
I,
best
I think
experience ever.
everyone cried when we rapped. I
Yeah,
remember that
we got
party.
really emotional.
I gave some really sappy speech that I barely remember, and I started sobbing. But yeah, it was just the best time. And I appreciate even the difficult moments because it was even in the difficult moments there was so much support and love that I look at it with so much, just the whole experience. I look at it with so much fondness.
Right. So, on that note,
Like
I would
actually,
really, yeah,
there's a
sorry.
lot. It's also been like a very interesting process of self-discovery. There were a lot of things I didn't know I was capable of, not only as an actor, but just as someone who's shooting in a foreign land. But I discovered so many aspects of my personality, and I realized that I love doing love stories. That was a realization.
Also, as you mentioned that it's a rom com, and like considering Bollywood, we have literally grown up watching rom coms. So, what do you think is very different or interesting about this film?
I think
It has like an innocence to it. Yeah, it's very like it explores young love in a very innocent,
candid way.
candid way. Yeah, like you see the ups and downs, the heartbreaks. I think it's a very good example of how young love can be so light and fun, um, and like just the best feeling in the world, but can also be very, very difficult and turbulent. So I think the exploration of um, love at a particular stage in your life, the innocence of it, I think that's what's different.
I think even the
Nice.
relatability of the characters, because it seems like you just picked two people up from like a college or a university or an office. You just pulled out two interns out of them, put them and asked them to interact with each other. So I think that relatability is high. And at the same time, like my Masi called me yesterday, she told me that, oh, you know what I love the most about the film? Bobby and Rishi are not trying to impress each other. They are just being themselves. They're having fun in the moment and they're having such normal conversation. They're not talking about things which we don't talk about in real life. If you pick up two youngsters in some part of India or some part of the UK, this can be the conversation they're having. Like that scene in which Rishi sees a couple kissing and he just has a problem with it, and he's like, PDA ki kya zarurat hai? And she says, when you watch TV and if you don't like what's going on, do you throw the TV away? No, you just change the channel with your remote. I think these are such cute conversations, and these are such relatable
And they
conversations.
mirror real life.
Yeah, they mirror real life, and that's why the youth is connecting. And that's why we're getting the numbers we're getting, because everyone's hopefully feeling like, oh, this could have been us. And if Bobby and Rishi had a happy ending, no pun intended, then if they had such a
Yeah.
happy ending, we too can have a happy ending. It's a hopeful film. Yeah.
They went to like a relationship counseling and stuff. I think that's a very
Very cool thing to do.
it's a very modern, not even modern. It sets a good example.
Also practical.
Yeah, it sets a good example, and like I, there's nothing wrong with couples therapy. You know, like
There's no shame.
I've not seen couples therapy often in
Yeah,
around.
it's quite fair.
So
Yeah, Vardhan, we know that for you, talking about you, creativity, talent, and acting runs in the family. We all know that yeah. So, are you like trying to sort of, in your own way, obviously, trying to carry forward the legacy by your grandfather Amrish Puri ji, or how do you look at it?
I look at it like this, that my grandfather is one of my favorite actors, a highly celebrated actor, uh, and he carved his own path, and I want to do the same. I'm fully inspired by him, but I never want to feel like, oh, I have to live up to the legacy, because that's just putting pressure on yourself, and that just holds you back from your purpose, which is to entertain. My idea is that मैं अपनी जर्नी जीऊंगा, and I'll play characters to the best of my ability. I'll give my 500% to everything. And yeah, I don't think about things like, oh, legacy hai, or मुझे, I have to just be very similar to him or something. No, I have to be original. I'm proud of everything he's done, and yeah, I just want to have my own strengths, and keep moving, keep doing good work, and just constantly making proud. That's it. That's
Right,
all I think about. It's a great
right.
responsibility being his grandson, but I don't think of it that way. I just think of it like I love what I do, and I'm gonna give it my everything. That's all.
Would you like to, throw some light on some of your, happy memories with him? Something that you would like to share with people, and what are the qualities or lessons, I should say, that you picked up from him, and that is really helping you today while you are at work and while you are acting or becoming an artist?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a different answer from the last answer I gave to somebody else. So, what are my relationship? Some good, happy moments with him first, right?
Moments, yes, yes.
Okay, I'll give you a different answer. Okay, yeah. I remember this time when my grandfather had been nominated for IFA, which was happening in Singapore, and he wasn't very well, and I could just see that he was he was suffering from weakness. So I just went up to him and I told him that, Dadu, I can I come with you? So he said, of course, you should come with me. And then my father also had some work in Singapore, so we three went together. And when we were in the aircraft, we were sitting on the first row, and he and I started playing thumb fight together. So we were like doing, thumb fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was great. And once we reached Singapore, he was a special chief guest at a football match that was being played by the all the male heroes we had then, and who were still big stars. And I remember how excited they were to see him, and they were all just coming up to him and touching his feet, taking blessings from them. And the kind of love I saw in their hearts for my grandfather was very new to me because I was not really exposed to the film industry. My family tried to keep me away from films because they thought I should not become like a filmy bacha, who doesn't study and who does nothing uh, great in terms of education. So they said, "Isse dur raho." So it was very new for me. I saw that adulation, and when we went back to the hotel room, all of them came inside the room just trying to meet him. And so that was a cute memory because, when someone loves someone so much who's a part of your family, you feel proud of that. And I remember Shahrukh sir had just come for IFA, and Shahrukh sir was so gracious. He asked my grandfather that, Amriji, sab sahi hai, everything's good. And he came inside our room to just say hi to my grandfather. And he just ruffled my hair like this. He says, "Arey, hamare baal ek jaise." And my dadu used to tell me that very often because every time he was shooting with Shahrukh, he used to tell Shahrukh sir that, my grandson has hair like you. And for 5-10 minutes, we were just hanging out together. That was a happy memory. Very, very
Right.
cute memory. And I felt very proud of my grandfather and just the way he was conducting himself and with how loving he was being to everyone around him. Yeah, that's a happy
Yeah.
memory. And what
Right.
advice he gave me that helped me. Uh, mm, he, I was reading a, a book on acting, which is written by Stanislavski, and it was an experience I had when I was quite young, and I finished the book. It took me a long time because it's a very heavy book, and he turned to the last page and he said, "Beta, I want you to remember this, that this book is great and it will really help you. But the lines at the end of the book are the most important." And the book said, and the last page read, that now that I've taught you everything you should know about acting, let me tell you that even I don't know anything about acting. You will have to discover your own process. You will have to discover your own method, your own technique, and abide by that because everyone can't have the same technique. I'm just giving you a tool which will help you play characters. But your journey of becoming an actor starts today when you realize that you know nothing. Now go search for meaning. So that was something he told me which really stays,
Wow.
that acting is reacting and nothing more than that. And no two people can have the same method. So celebrate the differences you have with other people and find your own unique method and make it your own. And once you can do that successfully, the world will celebrate you. So that is something that really helped.
Right. Right. Nice. Kaveri, coming to you, you always wanted to get into acting. I know you are a fantastic singer, and we'll come to that part. But I would really like to know about your journey. You always wanted to act?
No, actually, my passion for acting is something I discovered quite recently, actually, through the process of prepping and auditioning and shooting for this film. I discovered that I have this passion for acting because as a kid, I was um, really shy, really afraid of the camera, really afraid of being seen. I honestly never thought I would get into acting, but then I I tried it, and um, I realized I got the same feeling that I get when I'm like writing a song, and I started to see acting as like kind of like uh, an exploration of human nature. And yeah, I fell in love with it very recently. It's only very recently that I embarked on this journey. Yeah, so this whole world is very new to me.
Right. Also, the Kaveri, we know that we know about your father, his work, Shekhar Kapur ji, and I personally like really appreciate him for making films like Bandit Queen and all of that. How has that shaped your perception for films? And do you aspire to also act in some other works that are similar to the kind of films that have been created by him?
Yeah, yeah, of course. You know Um, what inspires me the most about him as an artist is his authenticity and his bravery when it comes to carrying out his vision. And yeah, like he's very and I didn't just take that into my acting. I've taken that into my songwriting as well. And yeah, he truly understands human emotion very well, and he portrays it in a very um, authentic manner. So yeah, as an artist and as a person in general, he's really inspired because he is the reason that I am so confident. In fact, not even confident. Stubborn in I'm stubborn in the act of being myself and being true to who I am, what I want to do, and my purpose.
Right, right. That's amazing. We all know about Ek Dhaga Toda Maine, the song that you sang for the film. I would really like to know about that. How did that happen and how did you feel about it?
So I actually wrote the song and composed it in English when I was about 15 in the ninth grade. And then a few years later, I recorded the English version with Rahman Uncle. And yeah, we had the song. We didn't know what we were going to do with it. But when we started working on this film, I guess Kunal really liked it. And we had the honor of Prasun Joshi converting my lyrics to Hindi lyrics. And I re-recorded it, and it ended up in the film. And it's like a dream to have my own song in my debut film. It's like two dreams coming true at the same time.
That's quite cool.
So
Very rare also.
I'm very on. So grateful, and I feel so lucky.
Thank you so much.